So last I left off, if I remember, because believe it or not, it's been a little bit, we found out that our clutch master cylinder and slave cylinder are both bad. Slave cylinder is actually stuck, and the master cylinder is just no longer doing whatever it is that it's supposed to do. So today, I guess we're yanking both of those out. We're going to try to install these new ones that we just got. And maybe, just maybe, will the clutch working. We're also going to be taking a quick trip out to go and get a new belt because the one that we were given by O'Reilly's is factoring in things that are no longer there, like an AC compressor and power steering, because for some reason that was removed. Every day a new problem. Anyway, let's get on to this. Oh, before I forget. Never mind. I forgot. Please take your head injury seriously, or you'll end up like me. Well, now that I've recovered from whatever that was, Megan will be back probably before the end of this episode. I'm not really sure where our timelines fall, because ultimately that falls to the editor. But in case it's been like an episode and she wasn't here, that's my fault. So my job, this is our slow season. Like, for us, this is the slowest part of the year until this year, and we got more cases in the month of February than we did in 2 months during our busy season. Crazy busy. And because of that, I've only gotten the occasional odd day off or half day where I could actually come home and work on this. And that's what you guys have been seeing when she's not here. She has one day that she can be here. And if that day doesn't work out, it just kind of doesn't work out for her to come in that day. But that being said, it's not like she wandered off the planet and started her own YouTube channel. And I swear to God, if she did, I'll take her back to the battered women's shelter and trade her in for a new one. So we've already shown getting this off before. So I don't really feel like that's necessary. So we're just going to go ahead and pull this off. And then when we put the new one back on, we will show you the process of doing that. Because I'm sure that since this one went in so easy, I don't think it was easy, but since it went in so easy, the new one's probably going to be a pain in the ass. So we'll cut back to that in just a moment. All right, so we got the old slave cylinder out. We got to get the old master cylinder out too, but we'll deal with that in a second. I mean, looking at it, this won't compress at all, which is pretty typical for when they've rusted up, because it will not move the direction it's supposed to move. Although I can take that out, so that's on the floor now, and I can take that off, and that's on the floor now. Oh yeah, that thing's rusted solid. Let me grab you some light. Hello? Oh, it's unplugged. You plug that in? Yeah, that thing's rusted solid. I don't know if you can see that or not. So that's junk. So, well, we went ahead and bought a new one. We'll deal with that in a minute. And it just cuts to me in the hospital. So I slipped and fell on my slave cylinder. Anyway, so I think this goes, because they didn't give me instructions. I do believe this sits in here like that. I'm assuming that that's supposed to be there. That sounds right. There's a very easy joke to make here, and I'm not going to make it, but everybody at home is going to either know it or they're not. And if they don't, they're going to be wondering. Just go ask an adult. Sometimes you gotta slide it back up by yourself. All right, I might actually need something to lubricate this to get it up. I could have worded that better. All right, let's see if we can get this thing where it needs to be. You go over there. That ain't it. Nope. Will this fit it? No. All right. I've got to get a tool to fit that. All right. That's gonna fit there. Oh, we need that that other bolt that fell. I'm trying to fit this thing. I'm having a heck of a time. All right, so we've got the new slave cylinder in, and we just double checked to make sure that this master cylinder is not good. It is not pumping any fluid. It's leaking a little bit, which is typical for them if they're bad, but we could not get it to push any fluid from here to there. So we know it's not doing its job. So what we did get, I went ahead and bought a new one because I figured there was a good chance it'd be bad. This is our new one. It's a equal under pressure. Same brand as this guy. They're both distributed by ZD. Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know. Anyway, so we got both of them. We'll go ahead and finish replacing that. Hopefully it's the right part. Rock Auto has been really, really bad about their quality control lately. So I'm hoping that it's correct. But we just did an alternator on a car a couple months ago and then had to redo it on the same one. We unfortunately didn't film it. But the whole reason why was because the ground strap terminal for it, which is about this long, it's an all-thread piece, and it had pitted and rusted all the way through in just a couple of months. And it was so fragile, it actually snapped off. And we had to tape it to the alternator. It worked for a little while, but then you have to actually replace it because I tried to fix it the right way by drilling out the bolt or drilling out the stud, pulling the nut off, putting the nut in, and as I threaded it in, the rest of the thread came out of the alternator. So then we had to buy a new one. Sucks. It happens. But yeah. Need to work on their quality control a little bit, I think, because that was an odd failure. But anyway, we're going to get the old alternator. Jesus, no, that's not what I meant. The old master cylinder out of here, get the new master cylinder in, and maybe we'll have clutch. If we've got clutch, then we've got a new V-belt, which is maybe the right size. I was told like a 32 will fit what we have because a 35 is too big. This is a 31 and 5/8, so it may be too small. So I guess we're gonna find that out, and if it's too small, we'll just go get the next size up. But so we had to do a lot of it off of camera because it's just the two of us today. And this is not a one-person job. I know people that can do it by themselves. I'm absolutely not one of those people. But we got the clutch master replaced. The clutch slave cylinder is replaced. And we do actually have tension on the clutch now. And the clutch pedal will return. Hypothetically speaking, the clutch should work. Our next logical move is to finish tightening up the belt, which I managed to get on while we were trying to tighten everything down, and then put on the longer fuel hose, get us some fuel, and see if we can start this thing and get it to idle. The other thing we have to do is dump some water into the radiator and see if our water pump is actually able to cycle, and also if it's just going to dump it on the ground, which is it. I'm not going to put that out of the realm of, oh, it's the wind. I'm not going to put that out of the realm of possibility, because it's very possible that we'll just shit it on the ground, and then we'll have to buy a hose, which I'm kind of thinking that we're going to have to anyway. But I'm not 100% on that. So it's possible we might have this thing able to run and move, but it will not be able to stop because we are still missing a caliper. I actually threw the core around here somewhere, from where the cylinder's been removed. So it's, we'll finish getting this tightened up, and we'll see if maybe we can get this thing to move under its own power. We know it can't stop, but we know it can move. And if we can prove that it moves, that's a small enough victory that I can cap the episode out, and then we'll see where we're at. We'll see how tired of it I am. If I'm too tired of it and I'm starting to feel a little bit lethargic on the creative end, this thing may just go away, and then I don't know, maybe I'll just return and, oh man, somebody stole my RX7. Damn. I don't have that kind of luck. Anyway, so we're going to kind of button this up a little bit, and we'll bring you back when we attempt to move it. Hooray. Well, let's see if it'll start. Remember that the throttle cable's not hooked up. So it may need a little bit of help on start. Let's see. Oh, give me a sec, because I got to climb back out of here again. Fuck. So, well, now we're going to see if it'll start. It had some frustrations trying to do it before. I think it's got more to do with the battery than it does the car itself. So let's see if she'll start. I'm going to have my camera man put the eyelet onto the battery terminal so it'll actually pump some fuel. And we'll see if we can get it to idle. And we've got an alternator on it now, so it shouldn't kill the battery. It shouldn't. We're still finding stuff that's clipped, so that might be clipped too. While I'm in here, if it'll let me do it, I'm going to see if I can stab it into a gear and if it'll roll forwards or backwards when I let out of the clutch. If it does, well, then we're in pretty okay shape. If it doesn't, well, then we're right back where we fucking started. So let's give it a go. Seat's still not buckled in. Clutch pedals on the floor. Again. I'm not sure why. All right, let's give this thing a try. Make sure I'm in neutral. Ready? Yeah, stop the pump. It might be flooding it. Go, reach up and actuate the throttle. You ready? Okay. That's kind of cool. What's going on there? What's smoking? So, ran into a problem. The way that our throttle is supposed to be set up by way of cable, the cable has actually been cut in a couple places. Go figure. And it will not reach correctly. I fixed it at one point, and then the second I put any pressure on the throttle, it proceeded to unfix itself. So instead, I decided to go with a different method. I think it'll work. It looks like it works. So now I have to run it by hand throttle. Either get more under it or less under it. I don't care which. So hand throttle using a drop-on fuel pump. What other factors are going against us other than most of them? And the goal would be to see if the clutch holds and if it'll go into gear and if we can roll it backwards. It's obviously not going to make it to the road because there's stuff in the way. It might not make it very far at all because there's stuff in the way. But we at least want to see if it'll bite and then roll. If it does, we're in good standing. We're in a good spot. We can call this an episode, and then in the next one we'll do more to get it hopefully driving. You know, if you're going to screw something up, at least have the ability to give the person the parts so they can unscrew it up. Just a thought. Anyway, in that 2 seconds, I just did more thinking than the previous owner's probably done in his whole life. Whoop. Oh, hold on. All right. Let's give it a shot. You ready? Let's go. Well, that was not insignificant. The clutch doesn't work. It was in reverse, clutch is on the floor, and we're moving with the key. Well, time to bleed it again. Well, some progress was made. We got the clutch master and slave cylinder in, and while we can't get it completely bled, I'm 90% sure that's kind of our fault. I feel like I'm missing something somewhere, and so I'm going to do a little bit more research and try to get that determined. We did get a belt on it, which is nice, but we did also find out that it does leak fuel more than I had originally thought. So I don't know if that's because the line is overpressurized. It kind of comes down to what I don't know is going to bite me. It's been the same for a while with this thing. Anyway, if you'd like to see me waste more of my life on this car, tune in next week, because we'll probably be on this again. Plus, we're on that. I wonder if this is balancing it out, like the whole karma thing, because like I've wasted a lot of that car's time not working on it. Maybe this is just karma for me not working on this one sooner. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week. We'll try to continue to fail upwards. Have the day you deserve. Need a drink.